Hey guys, it's Savannah and welcome to my channel. So I know I always start with some long apology about why I haven't been making videos and how I'll definitely be making videos again, but this time is different. This time you guys can most definitely be expecting videos every single week, because one thing that I was always pretty good at on this channel was making pregnancy vlogs. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you have missed the news. I am pregnant. It really was a huge surprise with Andrew being less than 2 years old. We wanted to wait a little bit longer to just sort of expand our family, but sometimes the best things are unplanned, so we are so excited to just be going with the flow this time. So let's get right down into it. As of December 13th, I am 9 weeks and 1 day pregnant, which is actually starting my pregnancy vlogs a little bit later than my first ones that I made, which I started at 5 weeks. So let's just get started on the pregnancy update. As of December 13th, I am 9 weeks and 1 day pregnant, and my symptoms this pregnancy are completely different. In my first pregnancy, I experienced some nausea, but I feel like this time it's really been relentless. I'm nauseous almost all of the time, especially when I'm in the car and I'm like riding in the car for a period of time. I just get really nauseous, like uncomfortably nauseous. Thankfully I haven't thrown up or anything yet, but I'm just really, I have no appetite. This time around, my nose is just so sensitive to everything. I feel like I just smell anything around me, and I feel like I have like the nose of a dog or something. It's just so enhanced, everything that I smell. Doing this with a toddler is also so much different than my first time around, because I don't get to just lay down and relax and sleep and just do whatever all day long because I'm chasing after him. So anyway, this week baby is the size of a green olive, which is still teeny tiny. I haven't gained any weight as of yet. I'm just maintaining my weight at about 120, 122, just depending on the time of day. I feel like later in the day I sort of get a little more bloated, but I haven't gained any weight yet. So like I was saying, baby is the size of a green olive, which is still itty bitty, still very early along, but this is the time, the week when the baby crosses over from the embryonic period into the fetal period. The intestines are starting to move from the umbilical cord into the baby's abdomen, which is super cool because that means they're getting big enough to sort of hold all the internal organs that need to be held. I have not had an ultrasound yet. Actually, the plan is to go in for my anatomy scan at 20 weeks. And I don't plan on doing a dating ultrasound just because I don't really feel like that's necessary. But I am sure that everything is progressing really well. I haven't really had any sort of worrying signs. I have had no bleeding, no cramping or anything like that. Everything seems to be progressing really well. Fatigue is definitely something that has really grown over the last few days. I feel like I could just sleep all the time. I'm back to the sort of sleep when baby sleeps idea. When he goes to bed, I'm in bed very shortly, if not at the same time as him. I take naps when he takes naps, which are very few and far in between, unfortunately, but I'm trying to sleep anywhere that I can get the chance. Another thing is I am also still breastfeeding Andrew here. He's 20 months old, and I will say that this is probably the biggest challenge that I have faced while breastfeeding. I have breastfed through tongue tie, I have breastfed through mastitis, through thrush, bloody cracked nipples. I've breastfed through a lot, and we've really endured a lot in our journey through breastfeeding, but this is definitely a challenging aspect of our breastfeeding journey, and my goal was to make it to 2 years, but honestly I feel like my milk might be drying up, which could be part of my problem, but I want to really start focusing on weaning him, I believe, because it's starting to get really uncomfortable and really hard to just continue breastfeeding him. It just hurts so much. And I've been getting like these feelings where I I don't want to do it anymore. I'm starting to hate it. I'm starting to dread the times when he wants to nurse. I'm starting to try to, find different avenues to put him to sleep, because that's most of the time when he wants to nurse. And it's just so painful and so annoying. And I know that's kind of a weird word to use, but for anybody who has breastfed through pregnancy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's almost like nails on a chalkboard. And I just, every part of me just wants to push him off of me and just be like, okay, no more. But rationally, I don't want to do that to him. I want to make sure that it is a gentle weaning process. So we have been introducing almond milk a little bit more and giving him a little bit more almond milk, and I feel like that's really going well. We've been focusing on Daddy putting him to bed more often so that I'm not even around, so he's not, wanting it. And I feel like that might be making a difference as well. So it's just something that we're slowly working towards, but something that we are definitely working towards, because Mama is done. So yeah, not much really goes on in these early weeks, as most of you guys already know. I'm just really still excited and still just buzzing at the idea of having another baby. It was, like I said at the beginning of the video, it was definitely unexpected. And it was a big surprise. We were, not trying at all. So it kind of took me a day or two to really let it sink in and become real. But, with all of these new symptoms and all of these different feelings and these confirmations in my body, it's, sinking in more and more and becoming a reality that, yes, you definitely are bringing another baby into this world. And, I've done it before. I know it's going to happen. I know what the end result is. And it feels a little more real this time than it did in my first pregnancy, because it was still like an idea. In my first pregnancy, I had never experienced it before. So anyway, this time I am going through a midwife again, which I'm really excited for, because it's the same practice that I went through with Andrew here, and they were absolutely wonderful to me. Everything was just so great, and I just loved the care that I received there. So I'm just really excited to be going through them again, and to just be having a wonderful experience and pregnancy experience. And I'm excited that this one is different, because I've always heard people say that each pregnancy is different. Every pregnancy, has its differences. And I'm just excited to see how different this one is, because we have already decided, and I'm just so excited about this aspect of this pregnancy. We've decided that we're not going to find out what it is, and that it's going to be a surprise. And so I feel like that's going to be a lot of fun to sort of guess and speculate and just predict what it's going to be. And then on the birthday, we're going to just all get a huge surprise. So that's really exciting to me, and I'm just excited to see how this pregnancy progresses. I'm just excited, honestly, to be pregnant again. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I will say that this pregnancy, it does feel like the symptoms are hitting me harder. The nausea, the fatigue, the sore boobs, the emotional aspect of it, honestly, I just feel like I am a little more emotional than I was in my first pregnancy, a little more easily able to cry and things like that. So who knows? I'm just excited. I'm just super stoked to be on this journey again, and I love having you guys join me as always. Leave your comments down below if you are also, pregnant and growing a little tiny baby in your stomach, because I would love to follow your journey as well. And I will see you guys next time at my 10-week pregnancy update. Bye.